Known as the land of enchantment, New Mexico boasts vibrant history, diverse cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and majestic peaks. New Mexico families live in some of the toughest terrain in the nation, presenting serious challenges to deliver reliable, sustainable broadband.
I can't stress enough the importance of getting every single New Mexican access to affordable, high-speed internet. Now, this is particularly true in rural areas and nation's pueblos and tribes.
That's why in 2021, the New Mexico Legislature created the Office of Broadband Access and Expansion and the Connect New Mexico Council. This was a communal effort championed by legislators like Representatives Garrett, Herrera, and Chandler in the House, and State Senators Stefanix and Michael Padilla.
We were lagging way behind in our broadband access here in New Mexico. And then high speed is where makes us competitive, if you will.
OBI is one of the most important agencies in New Mexico. Why is that? Because it ensures that we put broadband front and center. So every family, every student, every business person has access to affordable, accessible broadband.
OBI began operations in 2022 with one important goal.
The underlying mission for the Office of Broadband Access and Expansion is ensuring that everybody in New Mexico has access to broadband, whether it is a household or a small business, a low-income household, or members of tribes, nations, and pueblos around the state. It is our office's statutory obligation and our mission to make sure that they're connected.
There's always been a divide that I think a lot of people don't realize how much of it really is when it comes to the rural areas. Some people say that they're served, but it's not. And so OBI has really been able to embrace that.
OBI is also embracing a statewide challenge to provide internet service to historically underdeveloped communities. OBI awards state and federal grants to providers and local governments to build and expand broadband infrastructure. The agency guides, advises, and monitors projects to ensure administrative and financial compliance.
Also, Internet Solutions could not do what we do without OBI. They provide not just leadership, they demystify the process of moving funds from the federal government or the state government through service providers like myself, so that then those funds serve people with broadband access.
And OBI is moving as fast as fiber. In 2021, about 72% of New Mexico had high-speed internet. Today, 90% of New Mexico residents have access, with about 770,000 locations connected. Still, tens of thousands of homes, businesses, and farms need reliable broadband.
It means that we have a shot at finally closing the digital divide. 43,000 remaining unserved and underserved locations that haven't been connected through any of our other federally or state-funded programs can now be connected.
There's now nearly $900 million invested to deliver broadband to mostly rural, remote, and tribal communities. More than $200 million will complete 56 projects statewide through the Connect New Mexico Fund, and with federal dollars through the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. With these projects complete, New Mexico will be 94% connected by December 2026. Key grant awards include $117 million in ARPA funds for 21 broadband projects, $58 million through the Connect New Mexico Fund for 22 projects, nearly $25 million from the Student Connect program, $56 million to tribal communities, $7 million to provide public Wi-Fi service, $3.5 million for broadband planning and engineering. The federal government has also approved $382 million to OBI's $675 million broadband infrastructure proposal through the BEAD program. BEAD is New Mexico's biggest broadband funding source.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the Pueblo of Acoma to get this BEAD award. It helps our community develop our infrastructure with broadband, which is really lacking, especially in rural communities and Native American tribes.
BEAD funding will go to 17 entities and pay for 31 infrastructure projects, using a mix of broadband technologies, including fiber, fixed wireless, and low Earth orbit satellite. BEAD projects will happen in 32 of the state's 33 counties. Once these are complete, New Mexico will be 100% connected.
that moves forward New Mexico in all areas, not just educationally, but when we talk about from an economic standpoint, from business standpoint, healthcare.
Turning these networks on, lighting the fiber, building the towers, putting the network infrastructure on individual households. That is probably what brings the greatest joy, is being able to celebrate with people around New Mexico for the work that we're getting done.
I'm grateful that the Office of Broadband is fully committed to getting the last 10% of our state connected. They have my full and undivided support and attention.
With OBI's work, there will be more than beauty on the New Mexico landscape. There will soon be broadband connectivity across the horizon.